This morning, as the Supreme Court decision sinks in, a look at where the country stands in regards to abortion rights. A new CBS poll shows a majority of Americans believe overturning Roe v. Wade represents a move in the wrong direction for the country. And by a large margin, some 20 points, Americans believe repealing abortion rights is a step backward for the country rather than a step forward. And this same poll shows that women in America believe this ruling will make their lives worse instead of better by more than a 3-to-1 difference. NBC News Now correspondent Maura Barrett joins us from outside the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. Maura, good morning. So I know you've been getting reactions from supporters of abortion rights all weekend. You've been out there in front of the Supreme Court. Tell us, what have you been hearing?
Well, Savannah, I was standing almost in this same spot when the decision came down. And at the time on Friday, we saw about equal groups in terms of those who supported the right to an abortion and those who opposed it. But over the weekend, the crowds that we saw gather around the Supreme Court were in line with that poll that you just detailed. A majority of them were ones that were very frustrated and upset, crying because they weren't happy with the decision the Supreme Court made. I met one woman, Heidi, who flew up from Florida once she saw the decision come down because she felt that she had to be here. I want you to listen to some of our conversation around how she thinks this is impacting our rights.
Just went and saw the Constitution this morning, and I recognized that it was fading. And I said to the people around me that our rights are fading also, and that's really the way that most of us feel.
I also met Nora, an 8.5-month pregnant woman. She's about to give birth to a daughter, and she was just distraught to think about the fact that she will be bringing her daughter into this world with less rights than she as a mother had when she was conceived. And she made the point, yes, we want to go vote in November and we want to hold our lawmakers accountable. But she and other people told me there's a sense of frustration because they did vote in 2020. They voted for President Biden. They voted for the senators and the lawmakers that are in Congress right now, and they want to see action taken now before November. Savannah.
Now, Maura, the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade is also impacting people's outlook on other rights protected through previous Supreme Court rulings like same-sex marriage, access to contraceptives, especially from some things that we saw from Justice Thomas that was written. What are they saying about that? What are people thinking?
Right. So this was something that was suggested in the opinion that Justice Clarence Thomas wrote in the decision that came down on Friday. And it was especially poignant yesterday on the anniversary of the day that the Supreme Court had legalized gay marriage, giving that right to people looking for same-sex marriage. And so that's something that now people are seeing are on the line. I spoke with two younger women who kind of expressed the question mark that follows all of this.
I think it's a little concerning as long as they're in there, you know, we could have like gay marriage taken away as well, because we had this for 50 years and all of a sudden that we can't have an abortion anymore or make our own rights. So I think we should be worried.
What's going to happen next?
So this is something that a lot of people have expressed concern about, but experts do point out there is a difference between overturning Roe v. Wade because it involves the life of a child, whereas same-sex marriage or contraception might ride the line a little differently. But this is something that people were really concerned about, especially because in some of those conservative justice hearings when they were getting appointed, like with Justice Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, they'd expressed that they respected the precedent of Roe v. Wade. And so now people are questioning if they'll respect the precedent of other cases.
And Maura, quickly, I do want to ask about these states with so-called trigger laws banning abortion access. What does this mean for women in those states?
So it's going to be a case-by-case, state-by-state basis. But essentially, some of these states across the country had a 30-day marker for if and when Roe v. Wade was overturned, or in some part of it was overturned. Some of them have a 30-day waiting period until that gets overturned. Others, like Missouri, the governor just needed to sign the abortion ban into effect, essentially. So we saw that happen on Friday afternoon with Missouri. And then when you look at it, there's going to be very limited exceptions for when women can get an abortion. In Arkansas, for example, there's no exceptions when it comes to incidents of rape or incest. Abortions are only allowed in the case where the mother's life is at risk. And so that's why you see states like Illinois, which is surrounded by states that have indicated that they plan on passing an abortion ban. They're ramping up their resources. The White House also saying that they're working to protect the right to be able to cross state lines so that women can get the health care they need. Savannah.
All right, Maura Barrett, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.